Oh Lord, I'm on a permanent holiday. I'm going outside to play. I ain't gonna slave away. Not for no corporate Babylon.
What it actually, like from what I saw off of the research, it made it seem like, you see like these two port USB-C 4 and 5. It said that technically you can hook up other like USB-C port cameras to it, and you can use those as cameras. So I thought, okay, I can take these phones and I'll just hook it up to those jacks, and I'll be able to do video that way until I can splurge on the minimal, decent, okay quality. Work. It didn't recognize that because the output of the video from the phone supposed to be 1080p resolution. So if it doesn't have that,
that's fucked.
Then it doesn't.
That's annoying.
It doesn't reckon, and then nothing out of the research that I found said that.
Yeah.
And it's such a new device that even like trying to look up what cameras are compatible with it, so that like once I decide to actually get a camera, I know it's gonna work. There's nothing. I had to actually email them. There's nothing online that says, okay, these cameras are compatible with it. The only thing that I found,
and that was $1,200,
was which webcams are compatible with it.
Oh, jeez.
So, but yeah, it's just a super new device released by Rode.
Are we going?
We've been going, baby.
We've been going?
We've been going.
Shit.
We're on.
Okay, we're on. Hi.
Salud.
Cheers.
Yes. Super happy to have you here, finally.
Yeah, man, this is fun.
Doing it. So, how about that,
How about that event tonight?
How about that Bridget's event, huh?
That was fun. It was fun. So it was...
Tori, so Saturday or Monday. And then you're like, yeah, we'll talk about the food truck stuff on Monday.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, let's just, because we got that event and we can just talk about it.
Yeah. Then the event is... To be fair, they told me the 21st.
That doesn't make it fair for me. That still makes me a fucking retard, because I literally read May 21st. And then I was like, okay, Monday.
Who brings signs about an event 7 weeks before the event?
Yeah. And then fucking...
So they say the 21st.
Totally just like makes up what the truck name is. We're just going to call it the Ipulo Taco Truck. It's right outside, and the name of the truck is...
On the truck.
Trio.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so an event that was for May 21st. We showed up on April 21st.
I had everything ready to go.
We were ready, man. We were
but
ready.
But at least it's Monday, and I have everything ready to go
you're
for the
good
rest
for
of the
tomorrow.
week. And I'm at Edway all week.
Yeah, perfect.
So, and Friday, so there's no
you
way
can sleep
I'm not
in
going to
tomorrow.
sell out.
Which is good, because we're doing this really late, so...
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. I didn't even realize what time it was.
Don't tell me, actually. I didn't look, so I'd rather not know.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's prior to midnight.
Oh, perfect. Okay, we're good.
So we're good.
We're good. Cheers to
Totally.
that.
Totally.
We're fine. We're fine.
No problem.
We're fine. And I got to take you out for bomb-ass food after.
That's
to make up for the fact that we showed up to the event a month before.
Those mussels and clams. But you see, I just wish it was just all mussels. I like clams.
Oh, see, I like the combo.
I just love mussels. So, like, I wish I could just order a mussel dish and have it all be mussels.
No, I disagree. The combo is what makes it.
And I'm shocked. Like, this state is a very clam state. You don't see, like, too many mussel dishes on restaurants' menus. Yeah. It's always just clams. Like,
people are too scared to go.
But we have that fucking gooey duck over here. That gooey duck is the shit.
Summertime.
I don't know if you ever
gooey duck ceviche on the menu.
You ever fucking
Oh,
prepare gooey duck?
I love gooey
It's
duck.
so easy.
Dude, it's so fun.
You just like
Have you ever
dunk
caught
it.
gooey duck?
No.
Okay, see, that's...
So Tony, the
that's
guy I
what's
keep
fun.
telling you about,
Yeah.
he has these like annual trips with his employees, and I was fucking sick for my like when it came time for us to go, and they went and I couldn't go. I was fucking sick as fuck.
Yeah, excuses.
Well, yeah, but I missed out. And they went like digging, but I don't think it was for gooey duck. It was for like the other large clam that's here. It's like a super fucking big ass regular shaped clam.
That's gooey duck.
No, gooey duck is fucking.
It looks like a giant
It's
ass
fucking
clam.
dick shaped as fuck. That's not a regular shaped.
It looks like a clam. Anyways, gooey
It
duck
does.
ceviche is the shit.
Ceviche, crudo,
Any
fucking
ceviche is bomb, but
tataki, whatever. However you want to prepare it, it's fucking good. Every single.
we're
raw
gonna do that.
preparation.
We're gonna do that halibut crudo.
But you have to like dunk it in to boiling water for like literally like 2, 3, 5 seconds for it to like the outside membrane to separate from the meat, and then you just peel it right off.
The gooey duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you gotta cut it so small.
oh, super
so
thin.
small.
And you got to do it
Or
on a
it's
bias so
so
you can have like a
chewy.
sizable slice.
Yeah.
Because they're like what, like an inch thick, maybe inch and a half. So you have to like super bias it, and then you'll get like the nice long slice.
Chop it up. Okay,
You can chop
what
it
do you
up,
put
too.
in your ceviche? You do like pineapple? Because people get fucking nuts about whether you should put... It's like pineapple on pizza.
Okay,
The argument becomes...
back in culinary school, I made mango salsa. I made a mango salsa, and everybody was making like all these hot dishes and like this like fucking classic fucking French fucking coq au vin or whatever the fuck, bourguignon, like, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it because my ingredient was mango. Like everybody got an ingredient, and you can't really do savory. I mean,
Mango?
it's still savory.
Yeah.
The salsa.
Yeah. I don't know, mango
like-
chutney on a pork chop?
Yeah.
That'd be bomb.
Yeah. But it was supposed to be showcasing.
The
the
ingredient.
main
Okay.
thing
What
as
other
well.
ingredients did people get?
Oh, just like classic fucking salsa, lime juice, cilantro, red onion.
No, what was the main ingredient other people got?
Oh, everybody got different main ingredients.
Yeah,
It was
what were
30
they?
of us. So I don't
What
know,
were some
chicken,
other-
beef,
okay.
veal.
And you got
lamb.
mango?
I got mango.
Fuck, man.
But-
That sucks.
Okay, so listen to this. Everybody made their dish, right? And everyone, like, at the end, you go around, you try each other's dishes, and then the instructors, the professors, the
Judges.
chefs, they judge and taste and grade it. But, so we all went around tasting each other's dishes. And everybody tasted a little bit of every dish. But
Yours
my
won.
jaw was fucking gone. It was emptied out.
What'd you
For
serve it
some
with?
reason, everybody just fucking went crackhead over this fucking mango salsa.
People go crazy over salsa.
Yeah.
What'd you serve it with? Just chips? Like tortilla chips? Or what?
I honestly don't remember, but yeah, I think so. Like blue corn chips.
Blue corn chips?
Yeah.
Like homemade or
No.
too much work?
I don't got fucking time for that. Not time. I also didn't just have the equipment. Like I didn't have, and I could have, I guess, gotten, but that was before like I knew what kind of strainers are like cheap as fuck and where to go for them. All I thought was, okay, go to any fucking department store that carries kitchen shit or Bed Bath and Beyond or wherever that sells just kitchen equipment and tools, and most of that shit is like $20, $30, $50,
And nowadays, I know, oh, you go to a Chinese store and one of those fucking bamboo, like Chinese spiders to scoop out whatever with that has like, it's like a metal strainer attached to a bamboo, like, handle. And those things are like $5.
Yeah. That's the way to go.
So,
Where'd you go to culinary school?
So it was like one of the top 10 culinary schools in the country at the time. And it was called L'Académie de Cuisine. Like super condensed, super intense classic French program, which was like 3 phases. So first 2 phases was like, it was really cool how we did it. Like we would have a full menu when we came into class. So you come into class first and you have a full menu all in French. And then like they tell you what it is. And they also write it out in English, but it would be like a couple of like appetizer salad and classic like French, like niçoise or like whatever, tartare. And so it would be like a couple of appetizers or appetizer salad, and then a couple of entrees, a couple of desserts. And that would be every day. And we would go over the theory on what's like, what the roots are, the history, and how it's made. And while they're explaining each dish, they're also cooking it in front of you. And you have like this overhead mirror, and you can have like a downward view, or you can have, because you kind of got to be seeing what's going on in the pan. So like that's like the most helpful.
So you're watching like a video of them making it?
No, it's not a video. They're in front of us.
No, I know, but the camera's like overhead.
No camera.
Okay, how are you seeing it
We
overhead?
are in the classroom watching the teachers. And in the classroom, there's fucking a range. And they have these ingredients in front of them, and they're making the dish in front of us.
Okay.
And explaining what they're doing. Okay, we heat up the pan to super hot, and then once it starts almost smoking, you put in the meat. So then they would do that with everything on the menu for that day, and make every dish from start to finish. And then the second half of the class is we go into the kitchen, all of us students,
and you make it?
And make it all.
Oh, shit.
And then, one of us.
So you get to see it once.
And then we rotate, like, who does what.
Okay.
Okay, you do appetizer today, entree tomorrow, dessert next day. And just rotate. So that was 6 months of that was the first 2 phases. And then the phase 3 was you get like a externship, and you have to work at a restaurant for 6 months. And you can't quit, and you can't get fired. If that happens, then you have to start from that spot again the next class that begins.
Shit. That's rough. Where was it?
Maryland. Gaithersburg, Maryland. But they closed the school, and like one of my classmates sent me the article, and they never really like went into detail about why it closed. But then so there's 3 phases going at any given time. So 3 sets of classrooms learning. So that's like 90 people. So those 90 people kind of got fucked over with like.
That sucks.
It was like $20,000 or $30,000 or whatever it was.
So then it moved. What year was that? Because I heard that was kind of a common theme with culinary schools closing.
Oh, really?
Was it right before COVID?
No, this was back in. I graduated 2010.
Oh shit!
It was like the year my brother got married. But yeah. But yeah, I wish we could do a fucking hummus at the restaurant.
Yeah,
I love making
we should.
hummus. That hummus was decent. It wasn't like wow, but
Oh,
it was
dude,
okay.
I love that hummus. They have a fennel salad on their menu.
No, that chopped
And
salad.
if you, the
was
chopped salad is good,
so good.
but you got to
It
try the
was really
fennel
good.
salad. Then you get a side of the hummus.
But I'm just a
You just mix it
chickpea
in.
whore.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then
I'm sorry.
let's do a hummus.
Sorry, I was interrupting. You were saying.
They have a fennel salad on their
Yeah.
menu. And if you get the fennel salad and get a side of the hummus, just like mix it into the fennel salad, it's like the best shit ever.
It comes with a side, or you're saying
No,
you order a side?
you
of the
order a
hummus?
side of the hummus,
Alright.
and they look at you like you're a little crazy. And then every
I
time,
don't care. Like
every
I
fucking
love
time,
mixing stuff.
Yes.
Like especially that it's like a light salad, and you mix something like heavy
Yes.
into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, that's like my Cheers bar. Like 5 is my Cheers bar.
What are you
So
talking about? Cheers
Have you ever
bar?
seen Cheers? You never seen
Oh,
Cheers?
okay.
You know, like they have like their regular bar.
Does
they go
everybody know your name over there?
To. Yeah. At 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Our
And then-
server today knew your name?
Yeah, he like gave me a little wink.
Okay.
Yeah. And they know Ione Pulo, and I'm
Alright.
friends with the GM there. It's my Cheers bar. It's
Okay.
like where I go after work.
I had no idea. Well, it makes sense because you've like been right there. How long have you been there before
Before I moved.
before you moved for?
Like 2 years? Not that long.
Okay. But yeah, it's right across the
But
fucking street, so you're
I've-
probably there all the time.
No, what's weird was I didn't go there that much when I lived
No.
there. That's so weird. Okay, so
Okay.
I lived in
So
this,
then, how's it your Cheers bar then?
it's just where I always go.
But you say you didn't go there all that often.
I'm saying I didn't go there. It wasn't like because I lived there, I went there. It was like I went there before that.
You had gone there
and after
before
that,
you
like I just went there. It's not like an everyday thing.
was like
I just
a-
mean like if
Like,
I'm gonna go
it's been
somewhere,
a long time
Yeah.
since you've been going.
if I'm gonna go somewhere outside of
Calypso.
Ipulo, then I'm gonna go to 5. And I order it every time, and every time they fucking look at me like I'm crazy. And every
So
time I'm like,
funny
dude,
and weird how I was just looking at 5 yesterday, and then we went there today. That was just
it's so good. Always get the smoking oat cocktail and the calamari.
a smoking note.
Every time I'm there.
Calamari was
Calamari is so good. It's really
and I
bad
was
for
like,
go.
I was like pine nuts, but it was
so good.
And I
Pine-
love pine nuts.
Pine nuts are good in everything.
I love pine nuts, but I was like calamari pine nuts. And it was so good.
Good.
But yeah, you get that like nutty fucking
With that fucking arugula on the
crispness
side.
of the pine nuts.
Oh my god, it's so good.
That was so funny with Izzy and how she was eating the arugula.
Did you see her the first time I gave her a bite of it? She was like, just like so bitter.
And then like the 5th time too, she like took it out. And was like, nah,
Just
son.
threw it away.
Nah, son. And then she was asking for the water. I thought she was gonna
Yeah,
like take it.
yeah, just
And
dump
I'm like,
it on
here
you.
I'm like being all careful. I'm like, here you go.
No, she likes to just
Nah.
take water and dump it over.
Nobody thought to say anything to me. Huh? You guys just let me.
No, we
slide.
were like, we're gonna let him test this out, see what happens.
So I couldn't really quite like. I liked that pizza bread, the bread, like the dough of that pizza, but I couldn't really because I grabbed like the super smallest corner piece, or it's not
Yeah,
quite a
why?
corner,
You gotta
but
try
like
the middle piece.
and it, well, I don't know. I felt weird about like having a big piece of something I didn't order. I don't know. I
We
was
were
a-
sharing everything.
I'm always
Anyways,
weird. I'm always weird like that.
It's like a focaccia based crust. It's
Yeah,
bomb.
it's kind of like it was like
bomb.
super oily. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. I like
Ugh.
that it was so light
So
and
good.
airy, but
So good. We
I
gotta
don't like
fix
that
our crust.
oily crust. Yeah, that crust is not.
No, our crust is bad.
It's not a great dough recipe. I'm telling you. That
I know, the beer.
The beer is where
I
it's
thought you
at.
were gonna try it.
Tori. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna try it.
I'm telling you to try it, so try it. Just do it.
Just do
Just
it.
do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Um. So were you like you were telling me how what was it what was it you said the bakery made you fall in love with the industry?
With my dad.
Yeah.
No, it was his pasta bars. So okay, so
pasta bars.
Yeah.
He was telling me about that.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I had like a lot of them."
Yeah,
I was
it was
like,
his
"What?"
pasta bars. So, okay, so he
So
started.
why, like, my secondary question is like, what the fuck? Like, if it was that dope and he had so many, why
know.
close? What
Dude.
happened?
This could be a whole episode.
That's what I'm saying. And I told you, like, we were just gonna go. Like, you could just once you
This
start.
could be a whole fucking episode. Okay, so my dad goes to Wazoo in his junior year.
Break it down like all the way. Don't
Yeah,
leave anything out.
We're going back to the beginning. My dad goes to Wazoo, his junior year of Wazoo, and he's
So-
studying
Okay,
hospitality.
I'm like retard when it comes to like the
Wazoo.
smaller United States schools
Okay.
and where
Washington
they're located.
State University
Okay, Wazoo.
in Pullman,
That's called Wazoo.
because
You don't say-
WSU.
You don't say
Wazoo.
Wasu,
Wazoo. No, it's Wazoo. It's
Wazoo.
like WAZZU.
and everyone says it like
Everyone
that.
says it like that, yeah.
See,
Okay.
English is very complicated.
Yeah.
It's like almost like retarded, but it's very complicated.
It's stupid.
And everybody thinks it's like such a simple language, but it's so complex. It's got so many rules, more rules than any other language that I've tried to learn, kind of halfway know or almost all the way forgotten.
It's actually so dumb when you try to teach it to someone and you realize that, like, we have 3 words that mean the same, like, there, you know? And it's like the different ways you spell it. Like,
Night,
yeah.
right.
Yes. Like,
And also right.
yeah. They are there, like, it's there, like, their glass. Like, it's, when you try to, you're like, this is actually so dumb. Like, who the fuck came up with this? That we're going to make 5,000 words mean the same thing. It's actually so stupid. Anyways, okay. So it goes to WSU.
Or one word mean 5,000 things.
Yeah, exactly. Depends on the tone. I'm not sure you teach tone to someone.
And sometimes it's not even about the tone. Like right and right, there's no tone involved there. But
Right and right. I don't know what meanings you're talking about.
or night and night.
Night and night, I get. What do you mean right and right?
You're right. Make a right.
Like you're correct versus make right. Yeah. Yeah, that one seems less nuanced to me than
It's the same
night
shit.
and night.
It's the same shit.
Yeah, true. It's complicated.
Very, very, very. Like I was watching some documentary or something, and one of like the scholars that was speaking was like English is the most complex language that there is, or one of them.
Yeah, it is. That's why English as a second language is so impressive to me.
It
for
took
people.
a while,
And people are assholes about
and
it.
I hated spelling forever.
Oh,
but
God.
Then
I would-
once I got it, now I can spell almost any word without ever having written it. Almost any. Like some of them I get confused if it's like a GH or not, or like a OU.
Or like a PH
or
for an F or an F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, so my dad. So goes to WSU. He's like studying hospitality.
Wazoo.
Wazoo, yeah. / business.
He's studying what / business?
Hospitality.
Okay. Yeah.
WSU has like
He did mention that.
one of the top hospitality programs in the nation.
Really?
It's like number 6
What?
hospitality schools.
Seems
So
to be like most of Washington has a lot of top shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Washington, Seattle area in general, like you see it all over shows, all over movies.
yeah,
A
maybe.
lot of the times,
I don't know.
it's
More for
like
tech.
Seattle,
Yeah,
not just tech. Like you
Maybe.
pay
That
attention,
feels
you'll
like-
fucking see it.
New York to me or LA.
But New York, LA, similar.
Yeah,
And like, okay, New York is always number one, but then like LA, and then you hear Seattle.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
a lot of
Seattle
the time,
shortly
too.
after
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
So that was it. He's like a junior in college. So it was like 20. My dad grows up crazy rich, crazy wealthy.
Grows up.
Yeah, grew up.
So his parents
Super wealthy. Yeah, parents were super wealthy.
What did they do?
That's a great. Oh, okay.
Was it like old money?
No, my grandpa started Herfy's Burgers.
I'm sorry.
Herfy's.
What?
Yeah.
You told me that.
Yeah.
When I was like, I was trying to tell you, like that little spot right there.
But that's not the real Herfy's.
You did tell me
It was
that.
like the OG McDonald's. Herfy's back in the day was like pre-McDonald's. It was like the fast food. So my grandpa
Your grandpa
started that. Yeah. So
then what happened to all those Herfy's? How many were there? Were there a lot?
yeah, there were a lot. So he started it and then he franchised it. So then people started opening up more, right? And then McDonald's and Burger King came on the scene and wiped them all out. And then my grandpa
But I can't
made
imagine
some
like
shitty investments.
if they're already so popular and have like a client base like that they lost all that much business to McDonald's
I don't know.
or was
That's
it like they get just beat by price?
Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't around back then, but that's the story I've been told.
Maybe you might have known like
No, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so my dad decides he's not into school. So he's like 20 at the time. He decides he wants to open this bakery in Seattle.
And of course they can.
Yeah, because my grandpa gives him money to do it. And
his dad.
Yeah, my dad's dad gives him the money to do it. He opens up this bakery in Seattle. Becomes a really popular bakery.
Really profitable?
Yeah, and popular.
Yeah, but was it profitable?
I think so. I mean, he dropped out of college to run it.
Yeah, but like when you got money like that, it doesn't always matter whether it's like profitable or not. You can just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a good spot. It had to have been
and
making good
if
money.
it becomes so popular, it's hard to imagine that it wasn't profitable. But
yeah,
that's not always the case.
That's how him and my mom met. He hired her at the bakery.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, fast forward, he decides to. He sells the bakery, which actually.
Try to keep in mind like where the mic is, that you're not too far away from it.
Am I too far away from it?
I'm not sure. This is the first one, so we'll have to learn as we go. No. Like, towards, yeah. You don't have to, like, put your, go that way. But I'm just saying, like, more,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he, okay.
Says fuck
no.
the bakery.
Funny story about him trying to sell the bakery was that he had bought this like espresso maker from Italy and brought it in to the bakery.
Like the super nice.
Like crazy nice
joints.
Italian. Yes, exactly. Like super fancy. And this is like pre-Starbucks.
Yo, have
in
you
like
ever seen those hand crank red? They're like all red.
No.
Hand crank fucking big ass fucking Italian slicers.
No.
Meat slicers. Like you turn the crank and it's like makes the most beautiful fucking paper thin slices of prosciutto or whatever meat.
Ooh.
You don't know what I'm talking
No,
about?
we got to get one of those.
All right, they're like $30,000 for the really nice one.
Yeah. See, that's what this
grand,
like
10 grand.
That's what this like espresso maker was. It was so fucking much money. And he gets it from Italy. This is pre-Starbucks, so it's like people don't know what a latte is or what espresso is or like how to order it. So people are coming up being like, I want a latte. Like they don't know what the fuck they're ordering. And oh yeah, I've seen these. Yeah, these are cool.
And those are like, $12,000, but then they go up to like
Yeah. These are super nice. Super nice.
we had a small version at one of the It was like they splurged on this restaurant over in Breckenridge, and it was like a smaller version, like a tabletop one.
That's what we should get
They
if
just
we
set
did
it on
that.
the bar, and it was like I looked it up. It was like $3 or $5 grand. And you just countertop and
Yeah,
like
that's
one of those smaller ones, like that one.
That's what I want to get if I did that.
If you did what?
You know, that like marketplace thing.
Marketplace.
Remember I was talking to you about changing the banquet room into the market? That like Italian market?
No.
Yeah, because you talked to me about doing the raw bar in the market.
You never talked about that.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, so I was
You
gonna...
said sports bar.
No, not tonight, but like a long time ago.
No, I never.
Yeah, we did. Because
You
were
never
like,
told me about
can I do a raw bar?
marketplace. I remember the raw bar, but I don't. You never
Okay.
told me about marketplace.
Anyways. So, he buys this expensive espresso machine. Okay? No one knows what it is or what to order from it. So, he can't pay it off. So, long story short, he's trying to find someone to cover his lease.
For like a
At
single
this.
service? Like for like a store service? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, can I get you an espresso?
Yeah. People are coming up being like, can I
So
get
what
a
do you
latte?
mean- What do you mean no one knows what to order from?
This is pre-Starbucks. They don't know what the fuck this shit is.
Way back when.
Wait, this is like
Okay.
in the 80s.
Okay.
So nobody knows what it is. Early 80s.
Back then, Americans didn't know what the fuck espresso is.
No, this is like Starbucks didn't come around until
See,
mid 80s.
Those are the differences
like-
between like growing up in Europe.
Yes,
and around
exactly.
here. Like everyone over there.
Everyone
I don't
knows what
care
that
if
is.
you're living in fucking Turkey or fucking Mongolia or fucking France. Everyone knows what a
Yeah.
fucking espresso is.
Yeah, I
don't
mean
know- I
at
don't know
least
about
where
Mongolia, but
at least where he had. I mean, which was in downtown Seattle, which now Seattle's like the mecca of coffee. But anyways, he's trying to find someone to cover his lease, right? Because he can't pay off this expensive ass machine he bought. And this guy comes in.
so he got it on like credit.
Yeah, I don't know how it worked. Point is that he was trying to find someone to cover his lease at this bakery. Okay? And this guy comes in and says, hey, I want to take over your lease. And at this time, like, you're required to cover your lease if the guy goes out of business. That's like paying for it, right? Because like you're always on the lease no matter what. If someone comes in and covers it halfway through. So this guy comes in and
but,
says,
like, why would you cover the lease if you're not taking over the restaurant? Or
that's what
the
I'm saying.
operation?
They're trying to take over. But his name is still on the lease. So he's responsible for whatever restaurant takes over or whatever place takes over if they can't do it. Okay. So this guy walks in, says, I want to do this. I want to take over this restaurant. My dad has to make
bakery.
sure. Yeah, it's a bakery. But my dad has to make sure that like they're going to make money and be profitable because he's the end all responsibility since his name's still on the
For
lease.
how much longer?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, let me get to the point because it's funny. So, guy comes in and says, and my dad's like, well, what are you going to do with it? And he's like, I'm just going to do like quick service coffee. Like coffee, espresso, lattes, like whatever.
Isn't that what he was doing?
Exactly. That's what he was trying. I mean, he was doing bakery. Like they were making
Right,
all their own
but-
shit. And this guy was only going to do coffee, which was like the one thing my dad was like failing at. Right. And my dad goes, you'll go broke in a month. And you know who that was? Howard Schultz,
Is that the
the
starter
fucking
of Starbucks?
creator of Starbucks. My dad told that guy he'd go broke in a month. And that was Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz wrote about it in his book. Said that like this guy, when he tried to open his first Starbucks,
Did he
told him
name him?
no. But he said, oh my God, it was so funny. Anyways. So then
Tim.
Tim. After the bakeries, he opens his pasta bar.
But hey, like, how can you know? You know what I mean? When it's something like that and it's a first and it's never been done before, how can you know? Like, you can't be like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. You just tried doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Along
it
with
failed.
your super successful bakery.
Yeah.
And nothing doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how are you supposed to be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a great idea, I think it'll work.
Yeah, you wouldn't know, but it's...
When it's, like, been failing. So, but it's all about that marketing, right? The fucking Starbucks logo.
Well, in the beginning, Howard Schultz...
It was a different design.
Howard Schultz paid
that, right?
people to stand in line so that it looked like it was super popular.
Is that for sure?
100% for sure. He owns it. He talks about it.
Does he say that
Yes.
in the book? Yeah.
I don't know if he says it in the book, but he talks about it. Like, he paid people. It was a marketing tactic.
It's fucking genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
Pays people to stand in line so that people would walk by and be like, what is this? Why are people waiting for it? And then people would want it. So they would go in line. I mean, so smart. He is so smart.
Oh, yeah.
So after the bakery, opens up these pasta bars. Which is where, like, is like in the malls. So he starts in one mall. It's like a small shop, right? Where you walk in, you pick your...
And the food court. Or separate?
No, separate from the food court.
Okay. So, like, legal,
I don't know.
like legal seafoods kind of style.
Yes.
Where it's
yes.
like...
It's like its own thing.
Apart from the food court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has, like, half of the place is a glass wall. So people are watching, and where the glass wall is, he puts the stoves and stuff. So people are watching them cook the pasta. And when you walk in, it's like a pasta bar. So, like, there's 3 staples always. 3, like, set recipes.
Huh.
And then, yeah, that was the concept behind this.
I knew it.
And
I knew it just now.
It hasn't been as successful yet, but one day maybe.
I told you. Remember what I told you? As long as we keep it dope, it's gonna come.
Yeah.
It's only the first. It's hard. And it helps to have the restaurant alongside with it to kind of like scoot.
Yeah,
along.
push it.
But as long as we don't sacrifice the quality, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. Okay.
You better get me someone for Friday because I'm gonna need someone.
This Friday?
Friday.
Yeah.
Right away. Yeah.
I'll get you a Z. So he has this pasta bar.
Why are we discussing that?
Because this is when I fell in
Why
love.
did I just do that with the...
It's okay. Edit it out.
No. I told you. We're going to launch it.
Okay, so it's like 3 set items. But you walk in, you can pick your pasta, you pick your base sauce, you walk through. It's like a Subway for pastas. Okay.
Like a Chipotle.
Yeah, but so nice.
Assembly line.
Yes.
Don't dog Chipotle. I love Chipotle. The
I didn't dog it.
Dope.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, but you said but so nice.
Because it's like way more gourmet than that. This place was like bougie as shit. Okay, it was so popular. It was in every mall in Washington.
What happened to it?
Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get there. Gotta be patient. Okay,
I'm working on it.
This is when I fell in love with the restaurant industry. Or just like when I knew this is what I want. So I would go there every day after school. He had like 8 of them at this point.
Like what
I was like 8, like 3rd grade maybe.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
So you remember like a little bit of that, but they're like
yeah.
But they're like heavy memories.
Yeah. This memory sticks with me a lot.
Yeah.
So I would go there after school, and I would chill with my dad at work, like, and he would let me cook for myself. So he would let me like make my own pasta, sit on the, like, cook it on the line, you know, and do it for myself. And I remember customers would come up, and I would like beg him, like, please let me make their pasta. And he was like, no, you can't. And at the time, like,
you literally can't.
Like, I cannot.
It's illegal.
Yeah. And at the time, I thought, you know, you feel like you're so old and so big and so, like, capable. And I was like, this motherfucker, like, what a douche, won't let me cook for these people. Like, what an asshole. Like, all I want to do is cook this food for these people.
You don't even know. Like, you're just so innocent.
Yeah.
You have no clue.
You have
that it's
no
like
idea
he
that you're
would
like-
get in. He could lose the business if he let
Or
me do
just
that
like
shit.
you're 8 years old. Like I would never let
That's what I'm saying.
an
like,
8-year-old come into Ipulo and cook for a table.
whatever. If
But-
that 8-year-old
but
is
I was
fucking that dope and they know how to cook,
Yeah,
they can throw
yeah.
down. I would fucking let
I'd
them,
be
but
like,
it's
do it.
not legal.
I'd be like, do
Like,
it.
you can
Yeah.
lose that business.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I
all
will
I fucking
definitely
wanted.
let my daughter cook. Not like just be on the line all night, but cook for a table.
Yeah, of course.
Totally would.
Of course.
Even if as long as she can handle herself, and I know she's not gonna hurt herself because she's been doing it for a while and she's good at it. Make a table.
Yeah.
A fucking
Make this fettuccine. Make
Yeah.
this pasta. Yeah. So I was like, but I remember that feeling like so vividly of like all I fucking want to do is like cook this food for these people, and I couldn't. And anyways, I remember after that I was like, all I want to do is cook for people and like serve people and like make them happy. And it was like became this like that moment I remember so clearly of like, this is it. Like, this is what I'm gonna do.
It's a fucking. It's a drug like any other. Like, fucking. You get like all the endorphins and adrenaline and just like anybody that's passionate about any other thing, music or fighting or playing ping pong.
Oh yeah, it's an addiction, and you can tell kind of right away if people have it or not.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can notice if people like in the restaurant in the full service restaurant industry so easily, right? Like, especially with back of house. Like, if you hire someone for the back of house, I notice within 5 minutes if someone actually loves what they're doing and wants to do it, or if this is just a job.
Oh yeah.
And so many people are fine with hiring people to do it just for the job.
Fuck that.
And I'm just like,
Fuck that.
why are we
Why?
doing this?
Yeah, why?
Like, we have
That
to get
person
people who want to
Is
be
not
here.
gonna be cooking much longer.
Yeah, I
because
want-
if you don't love it, you're not gonna.
Oh
do
my
it
God, it's
for
brutal.
So long. There's no way.
It's brutal, right? But if you're the 8-year-old that's like, all I want to do is cook for these people, then you're going to work 20 hours a day and not complain and, you know, send your body into disarray because you're like, this is so satisfying. And if you don't have that, then the restaurant industry is
If
going to
you're an
kick your
8-year-old.
ass. It's going to kick your ass.
But yeah, for me it was like both of my grandmas. While my dad's grandma was still alive, and I know like we have different everything anywhere you go. Every so much distance between this land and that land, even if it's the same exact ingredients, it's gonna taste different because the elevation, the soil, the air, the moisture, whatever it is, the amount of shit that they're fucking garbage that they're putting in the soil and spraying these things with, whatever it is, it's always gonna be different. But even if I was there, I still don't think I could recreate those eggs. Like my grandma on my dad's side, I didn't get to eat too much of her food. Literally, I only remember her scrambled eggs. But I have never been able to taste those since or replicate them. But she just like shitload of butter and eggs. And just like they came out the most luscious flavor. Like if you've ever tasted egg and you're like, egg flavor, like that times like 20,000. And with all that butter in it, the thing with eggs is it absorbs everything. And then it doesn't even taste like whatever. Like if it absorbs a shitload of butter, it doesn't taste like super greasy or anything. It just tastes like super decadent, buttery, but not greasy egg. And Oh man, it was so great. And then my other grandma on my mom's side, she lived till much older, till like not too long ago, and she made this rice pilaf, this tomato rice pilaf, where she would like kind of not caramelize, but kind of brown small chopped onions first, and then like hand crushed with a knife, with like a paring knife, tomatoes. Like she would like cut into it and then smush with her thumb onto her index finger while she's like cutting into and then crushing, and then she would add those and then the rice and then just cook it, and it just and also so much butter.
Butter's
And,
key. Butter's key here.
I mean, butter makes it better every time.
Yeah.
And yeah,
This is in Georgia?
Those two things, yeah. And yeah, since then,
That's what made you fall in love with food?
since day one, yeah, those two things, I was like, I want to be able to do that. And I like what I'm seeing, and I like the fire. I like the smell that it creates. I like the action of what you're doing, like stirring the fucking pot and making sure they're all getting cooked evenly. And it's just, and even at that young age, and I couldn't have been 5, 6, 7, like around your age, 8 years old. Well, that's when we left. But yeah, 5, 6, 7. Those are like the tiny memories that I like. Most vivid memories are those. And I was like, I love that. And I would always ask my grandma, let me help you.
Yeah.
From my mom's side. I was like, let me do something. She's like, super old school, sexist. Nah, you don't want to be doing this. This is a woman's work. And then I had that same
Interesting.
discouragement from my mom.
Interesting. So you dealt with like opposite sexism.
No,
It's still sexism, right?
But it's females
opposite,
being sexist towards their own sex.
Well, towards the opposite sex, right? Towards men.
Towards their own sex. Well,
No, towards you. They're not letting you cook. It's like,
well, no, but they're being sexist towards their own selves because they're saying it's woman's work. They are saying it's woman's work.
Yeah, so they're not
So
letting
they're not
men
being
partake.
sexist towards me.
Kinda.
They're being sexist towards themselves.
Kinda. It's just opposite.
But like you're right.
The opposite
You're right.
what's
In
traditional.
the end, you're right.
Same way if it was reversed when a man's like, this is man's work, woman can't do it. Let's say we had talking about construction.
You're right.
And we fell in love with, I fell in love with construction
They are
when
being
I was 8
also
years
sexist
old.
towards me.
Just interesting
In the end,
hear
yeah.
that you dealt with that as.
It doesn't really sound like all that much, but I mean, once you grow up, it doesn't. And then you're like, whatever, fuck this. I'm doing what I want. And some people don't ever actually do that. Some people are just like, okay.
Yeah. So did your parents ever accept it eventually?
Oh, my mom did for sure, but and then I think my dad did too. I just don't really talk to him all that much, especially about like whether he's okay if I'm cooking.
If you're cooking.
But I think like when I like went down the path of actually going to culinary school and starting that career path, he was supportive. So.
Which is an interesting concept because talk about culture. Like in America, chef, back of house, kitchen work is such a man's world.
It's not just America. Back home in Georgia too. When
It's a man's world?
When it comes to meat,
It's a
women
man.
never cook the meat unless it's like a skillet cooked chicken.
What about restaurants?
We have like this whole chicken dish where you crack it down the spine so the breast is still intact. It's just split open from the backside. So then they butterfly the chicken and lay it down on its breast into the pan,
Mm-hmm.
and then put like a lid too small for that pan and put a weight on it,
To hold it down, yeah.
and then it cooks like that the whole time, and the little bit of steam that little bit escapes from the sides because the lid's too small for the pan, but the lot still remains. So like the steam keeps it juicy, and the fucking pressing gets the fucking whole chicken all crispy,
Interesting.
and it's like so fucking good. And they serve it hot and they serve it cold.
Okay,
Both
but
ways.
what about restaurants? Like in restaurants
In restaurants too.
where it's a man's world?
Oh, bless you. Yeah, if you go to bless you, Sancha.
Sorry.
If you go to restaurants, yeah, hardly ever. No, actually, I don't want to say that. A lot of the times it'll be like the mom's cooking, but when it's like a big ass restaurant, they're hiring like chefs and
Which are men.
chefs and cooks, and yeah, still men. But even though that's what the weird part is. Like, even though that's all the case,
Yeah, it's still like
my mom and
looked
grandma
at,
are still like,
this is women's work.
yeah. Even though like most
That's
of the
what's
professional
so
cooks are still
fucking-
men.
It's so interesting to me because traditionally, right? Even in sexist land from day one,
Oh yeah.
women's job was to cook and clean. Always. And then the restaurant industry still became a man's world somehow. Like cooks. Cooks to this day.
Weird, huh?
Cooks to this day are men.
And
I
it's
mean,
like super
women
more
have to
challenging
fight to
for
get
the
in.
ladies
Women
to be
have,
in the kitchen.
Yeah, they have to fight to get in, and they have to
Just
fight
like
to be respected.
in any other field that they're in. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, which is just interesting
crazy.
because even from that perspective, like it was
From
this
that
is a
perspective,
woman's job.
It should be like they're the fucking top dog,
Mm-hmm.
the queens, and the
Men
kings.
should
and
be
then-
struggling
and
to
then
trump in.
like all the fucking everyone
Yeah,
else,
just
all the men
interesting.
are like having to do what women have to do right now.
Yeah,
Fucking work extra hard and get noticed.
Break in.
You know? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
it's interesting.
So then, what happened with the fucking pasta?
Pasta bars. Okay, so they were making. He was making tons of money.
So
like,
super profitable.
Super profitable. I mean, he had like 8 locations. Started with one, built it.
Was it like all Seattle
Like an
area?
empire. So there was a one in Linwood, one in Tacoma, one in Bellevue.
Redmond.
I don't know if, not Redmond, Bellevue, Kirkland, Seattle.
West Seattle.
No, not West Seattle, but South Seattle, Tacoma. Anyways,
Tacoma. Okay.
so many.
So mostly up,
Up and
five.
down, yeah, north and south. And then we had some traumatic shit in our family. Some traumatic shit in my childhood. My dad decided to like sell it and become a missionary. So he went
Missionary, like
yeah.
religious.
yeah, he went super religious.
Like Christianity.
Yeah.
What kind of Christianity?
Like culty Christianity.
Like Catholic? Or
No, like non-denominational,
Protestant?
but like cultish. Like YWAM. Have you ever heard of YWAM?
Huh?
Have you ever heard of YWAM?
Why way?
YWAM.
Why wham?
YWAM.
I've heard of Wham, which George Michael.
No,
I
not
don't-
that.
I
Not
don't-
that kind of wham.
I don't know why Wham.
YWAM.
Unless it's like a question somebody's asking.
Super Jesus-y
like,
YWAM.
You're playing Wham? Why Wham?
YWAM. No. Anyway, so he sold it all. Sold it to like his general manager, I think, at the time.
Sounds like for not that much.
No. Yeah, not a ton. Not a ton. Then we went.
I mean, if a GM is able to buy all those locations,
yeah.
it's gotta be fucking dirt cheap that you're selling it for, and I don't understand why.
I mean,
If
I
it's
don't
like
know.
a super successful business, why would you sacrifice on what it's worth?
Well, because of the shit that went down, and he had to.
But
I don't
did that shit cause hardship and money, like
Yeah.
financials? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, both, right? It was I don't know. It's a different story for a different time, but
Yeah. I'm not asking for details. I was just
caused
like,
emotional damage that
yeah.
turned
We don't have to go
turned
there.
financial damage for sure. Yeah. So he sold it, and then we went into crazy missionary work. He went into commercial real estate. He started working for his dad.
Okay, so let me ask you, the pasta bars.
Yeah.
That was from like, you were how old to
Man.
how old?
Don't ask me. Timelines for me are so hard.
Well, how many
Because-
years did he have it?
I don't know.
You don't know how many.
We should
years?
call him up, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might answer. I don't know. Next time we'll
Try
call him. Okay, we'll see if he answers. I feel like there's this thing that happens when
Put on
there's
speaker.
trauma in your childhood is that the timeline just gets fucked. So like I literally like
I don't
I'm
know.
like I could have been
For
in
me,
third
the
grade. I could have
timeline-
been in sixth grade.
The timeline like super accurate during my trauma.
It's like more accurate. See, mine gets
Like
lost.
too accurate.
I'm like my
where I'm
brain
like,
just turned
fuck.
off.
Yeah, we all handle it
Yeah,
different,
yeah,
so that
totally.
you know.
I just I did I want to say 10 years. Let's see if I'm right.
That's a long time. I want to say less.
6?
Yeah, if that. I want to say he said 7 years, but I might memory shit.
Hi, you reached Tim Morris. I'm unavailable to take your call right now. Please leave your name.
We tried.
Yeah.
So anyways, he started working for his dad,
For doing what?
commercial real estate.
Okay.
So my grandpa became like real estate mogul. So he got out of the restaurant industry basically. He was like, fuck this. This isn't working for me. Started doing commercial real estate.
No. Is that bitch still recording?
Yeah, but it's like really low.
Really low. What?
Yeah, like it doesn't see all of your face.
Why did it do that? I don't get it.
That's better.
Can you see the microphone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Commercial real estate.
Commercial real estate. And then that's when he got the call from his friend, who had a location in Edmonds.
What location?
The original Ipula. The very first Ipula.
It was
And-
called Ipula.
Yeah, I named it Ipula.
So
I was
so
like-
it wasn't called Ipula.
No. Sorry. The original location was called Shells Creek.
Okay.
So my dad's friend owned the building. Shells Creek was going out of business. He knew that my dad had always wanted a full service restaurant. It was like his dream. Called him up, said I have this location. Do you want to lease it? And at the time,
So was it like turnkey and you just gotta change the name of the restaurant?
he changed a lot of the inside.
But yeah, like
but
I'm saying, like
turnkey,
it's ready
yeah.
to go,
Yeah,
and you can
Yeah.
just adjust the
Yeah.
title of the restaurant.
Yeah, and remodel and
Yeah.
get ready. So this was in 2009. I remember this timeline. 2009, he opened up Ipulo at the original location
Where the pizza joint is.
where Fire and Feast is now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pizza joint.
Yep. And yeah, he opened up that, and then I helped him start it all up. And
Okay,
that
so-
was where all my first
Were you,
restaurant
like,
jobs, full
yeah.
service restaurant jobs were.
I don't know. That's like, where you? Did you go to college?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Did you go to Wazoo?
but he opened this when I was a senior in high school. So my senior year of high school, I did like a bunch of front of house positions.
2009.
2009. I was a junior in high school.
Damn, you're youngin.
Yeah. I graduated high school in 2010. So I was a junior. I think it was the start of my senior year though, because it was September. And I started hosting, busing. I mean, he made us work from the bottom up. So then I went to college in San Francisco. And I got restaurant jobs only.
What kind of college?
Just a 4-year university.
No, like what college? Sorry. I'm so stoned. I ate that edible. What college? What kind of college?
What kind of college?
What kind of
It's like a regular college.
Excuse me, Miss Tori. What kind of college?
What kind of college did you go to?
What kind of college you go to? Huh? Is it glass college?
4-year university.
We have paper college, gold college.
It was University of San Francisco.
Okay, so this is a pretty fucking well-known university.
Yeah, good college.
So what was your major?
Math.
What?
Yeah.
A squared plus B squared
Equals
XYZ.
C squared. Yeah, it was math. My dream was to go to WSU for hospitality. It was number 6 in the nation
Is
at
that
that time.
Wazoo?
Wazoo for hospitality. My parents won't let me.
They won't let you?
I know. I should know. I
What do
should.
you mean, let you?
I mean, yeah. Looking back, when everyone asked me that question, I'm like, I shouldn't have listened and should have just gone to it.
I don't understand. What do you mean they
Like they just told me not to do it. They told me don't follow in your dad's footsteps. Restaurants, the restaurant industry is
so they
never.
also just discouraged.
They just super discouraged it,
Damn.
and I listened to them.
But you know, like I felt like I went for it way later than I should have for a long time, and then I was like, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it
you
happened.
learn a lot along the
It
way.
happened the way it happened, and that's
And
I should,
honestly,
I still feel sometimes I should have gone for it way sooner,
yeah,
but you can't. You just gotta accept the way it happened, because sometimes you just, especially when you're so close to the people that are telling you, don't do that.
yeah,
And
exactly.
you're like, okay, I won't do it.
Yeah.
When you're
Well,
so
and
close.
when someone in the industry is like, don't do it, then you're like, fuck, I guess there's something I clearly don't understand that I shouldn't do.
But they should also be like, but if you really
But if you
love
love it,
this shit,
Yeah, then fucking do it.
Do it before you do anything. It's not even a thought.
Yeah.
Not even a second thought about it.
Yeah.
If this is what you really love and it brings you pleasure and you're passionate about it and you like fucking connecting with people, making people happy, fucking get high from that fucking energy you have when you're like serving a customer or cooking for a customer, and then they, throughout service or at the end of the night, they come by the fucking kitchen and are like, guys, oh my god, best meal ever. Like,
Yeah, then fucking do it. Do it.
you gotta do it.
But I also feel like, yeah, with the regret I also carry like an appreciation for what I did learn and the benefit of what I did learn for the years that I missed out on it, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I probably missed a decade of industry experience I could have
You're
gained.
so right on that though.
But I majored in math and I got a lot of financial experience that now owning a restaurant
Dude.
comes in
Dude,
fucking handy.
that's so fucking weird that you said that, because that was pretty much my favorite subject in school.
Math.
Yeah, I had this amazing teacher that like everybody made fun of because he was just like too nice and kind of like very gullible person, but he was so smart and he just taught math in the way that like anyone can understand. But yeah, I was great at math all the way up until pre-calc.
Yeah.
And then I reached pre-calc, and there's this like chart that you gotta learn, and if you don't learn, you ain't gonna understand shit about pre-calc or calculus. And I did not learn that chart, and I just like, I mean, I still got like a C or something, but I was fucked. I was like, God damn it. And I never went back and actually, like, I was just, I did not have a great time in high school. It was kind of a retardo experience.
Why? How come?
I guess I was just too affected by and scarred by everything that had happened with our journey over here, and I was just angry about it for the longest time. I wasn't actually able to move on and actually enjoy life. It was stupid. I was a young kid.
Anger's a bitch, man. Fuck you up.
Well, also confusion and
Yeah.
just being lost. But yeah, anger was a huge deal of it.
You know,
But yeah,
the best thing my therapist ever said to
came
me.
out the other side, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you were
It's
saying
good.
your
The best thing my therapist ever told me was, and this is when I was little, but it stuck with me.
How little?
My timelines are shit, but somewhere between 8 and 10. She said a big mad covers a big sad. And it was like the one thing, it stuck with me for so long, right?
Or
like
covers anything else, really.
Yeah, but she was like, mainly like if you're so angry and like you're carrying so much anger, right? Like you're saying, like it's probably covering up some sort of sadness you're holding. And so it's like, what are you actually sad about? And it's like the one thing that's fucking stuck with me for so long is like, if you're sitting here like bitter and angry about something, like, what are you actually just feeling sad about? Like, are you feeling sad about an opportunity missed? Are you feeling sad about a relationship that got broken? Are you feeling sad about your parents fucking mistreating you, you know? And it's, I don't know, it changes perspective.
Yeah. That's so right. I didn't get what you said at first because I was being ignorant, but yeah. Well, this is fun.
This was fun.
Oh, it was?
No, it is. Sorry,
it
it is fun. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We're just getting started.
We can cut it and continue some other time.
No, we're just getting started. Let's go. I'm having fun.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
I still have a drink.
then
Come on.
continue with your story. So you guys got a fire and feast spot.
So we got the fire and feast spot.
So you said you were just graduating high school.
Just graduating high school. My dad was like so stoked. I hadn't seen my dad this excited in so fucking long.
About getting
so
the
excited.
restaurant?
Just
like you
I think
also working there? Or?
No, about getting the restaurant.
Okay.
I think like doing something he was actually passionate about and loved. Hadn't seen him like that in a really long time. My dad was like,
see, he didn't really share all that when I asked him.
Yeah.
Like,
Hopefully he never.
Have you always opened like owned a restaurant? He was like, and then he told me a whole story, and I was like, okay, but he never said like once he got a restaurant. That was nice.
hopefully he
Seems
never.
like he's super
Hopefully he
reserved
never listens to this,
about
but
No, he'll listen.
he
And he'll be like, those fuckers.
he was a different guy back then. Like the way you knew my dad was not how he was. He was like an angry dude.
Yeah.
Which, again, like that therapist said, like he was sad about something, right? But he was just like, he was angry and bitter and like fucking mad all the time. And then
man.
I just saw a spark ignite, right? Like you probably only know him as this like fun, happy, like go lucky Tim. So the spark ignited him. He was super happy. I remember.
No, but I've talked to Tim and I've looked in his eyes and I can see, you know, the layer beneath and you know, right now he truly is like super happy, and from what I can tell, he's like super happy, super content.
Yeah.
But beneath that smile, if you're looking at each other in the eyes, like, and you've gone through similar shit, I feel like you can see it in each other, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he had a hard life, you know. I mean, I think that the only thing I talked about was him growing up wealthy, but he had a really rough life.
Yeah. Just because you're growing up wealthy doesn't mean
everything's easy.
Rainbows and bubblegum,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, his mom had crazy mental health issues, and you know, he had to fucking carry her into a mental institute, like when she had episodes, and then take care. I mean, it's a long story of messy history, but
and depending on how young you are having to do that.
Oh yeah, his whole life. I mean, that was his whole life.
It's you know.
Yeah.
It weighs heavily if it's like been since you were somewhat young.
Yeah, that's just like shit.
Once you're an adult and you have to start doing that, it's not as
you can
detrimental,
compartmentalize a little bit on what's happening. But so, anyways, I remember when he got that space, we sat up. He was trying to figure out what to name it. We sat up on the couch, just me and him.
Why don't we shut this episode now? Because you'll sound like you're about to go to sleep.
I'm good.
Alright.
Are you tired?
You the one that just been yawning, so.
I can yawn. That's loud.
Alright.
Do you want to stop?
No.
Okay. So we're sitting up on the couch. We're like talking about what we should name it.
I do want to grab some water. Right?
Yeah.
I don't understand why that camera stopped recording. Son of a bitch.
Did it stop the whole time?
It wasn't supposed to. It just had it on record. It should just keep recording until the battery dies. Okay, and we're back. No, I'm just gonna let it just
No, please no.
just blank. Just Tori, just sitting.
Just sitting there on my phone.
Yeah, that would be
Would be hilarious.
something special.
Something nobody would want to miss. the moment
Everybody's
we've been
like,
waiting
do not go there.
Don't fast forward.
Don't.
Actually, when you were gone, I was just like, I'm so sorry, guys. Levani is crazy.
You will be disappointed. Do not fucking listen to that shit. Just fucking leaves all the time. What are we supposed to like wait until you're getting your water?
Unsubscribe.
Okay, I'm gonna have to edit all of that.
Yeah, edit that all out, please.
Okay.
I don't know what we were talking about.
You were talking about
naming the restaurant.
yeah.
Okay. So we're sitting down on the couch, just me and him, and he's like so stoked. He's so excited.
No, we were not talking about naming the restaurant.
Yeah.
We were talking about something else. But you were going there.
Yeah, I was doing it. So we're sitting on the couch. He's so excited. And we're talking about like what we should name this restaurant. So my mom is from Italy. My grandparents are straight out of Italy. My mom's like second generation.
You tell me, yeah.
So,
Second or first? First.
what's first?
First is
The firstborn in the
you
US.
were born in Italy and you came here.
No,
That's first
that's
generation.
my grandparents. My mom's second. So my grandparents were born in Italy, came here. My mom was born here. Okay. But full Italian. My
So
grandparents
you're right.
my grandparents were raised in the
As
same
you said.
in the same town in Italy. And we're like family friends. So my mom's Italian, we're looking up fun Italian words. We're looking up like we wanted to be Italian. Like Italian-esque. We're looking up all these fun words. We're like trying to decide. We're like, oh my god, what about this word? What about this word? What about like so the pasta bar.
Out of all the Italian words, I would have never. But I don't speak Italian words. Shit, I just know some words.
We're gonna find out why in a second. So the pasta bar, my dad, I wish he wouldn't have named the pasta bar this because I would have stolen it for the restaurant. But the pasta bar my dad had was called Luca's, which is the little town in Italy.
Why can't you just still steal it?
Yeah, we should have. It's too late now.
It's never too late. You should change it.
I don't change the name of something. Bad marketing. So my
Especially after it's been open for
15 years, yeah. Not a good move. That's
No, dude,
that's a little
it
town
sounds-
in Italy my mom's family's from, is Lucca. My mom's maiden name's Lombardi.
Is that why he named the pasta bar that?
Lucca's, yeah. So, we were trying to think of something fun like that, right? Something that's like an ode.
Why
My
not
mom's
use the
family.
name that worked?
Lucca's? Well, because at the time, Lucca's pasta bar still existed.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
can't steal it.
Well, it doesn't have to be Luca's Pasta Bar. It can
Well,
be just
Lucca's
Luca's.
still existed. I mean, it was copyrighted. But,
Sounds like Luca's Pasta Bar was copyrighted.
okay.
Why
Anyways,
couldn't you still name it Lucas?
you couldn't.
Why not?
You just couldn't.
If it's copyrighted as Luca's Pasta Bar, you can still use just Lucas.
Yes, you could have. But we didn't. Okay. So the point was, we were trying to find a name that
I'm
was.
sorry, I wasn't trying to be a dick. I just want like
You're not a dick. I'm just saying.
no.
We
I'm gonna have to
didn't
edit
name
out,
it that.
but Stupid. I'm just being an asshole.
So then we were trying to find a name that was about like the guests. Like we wanted it to be about the people that were gonna come there. Cause I was telling, we were talking, we were bantering, it was late at night. As every good restaurateur comes up with ideas. And we were like, you're nothing. I was
Just
like,
narrating your story.
yeah. I was like, you're nothing without the people that come to this place. Like you won't be anything unless people show up and love it.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to find Italian words for like guests or like part of, or whatever. Anyways, and there was this little, it wasn't Italian. I was like, Dad, it's not Italian, but it's Latin. And it means a guest at a feast. And it's called Ipulo. And I was like, we gotta do it. Like, a guest at a feast, like, there's nothing more perfect. And I was like, it's not Italian, but it's Latin, it's close enough. And he was like, Ipulo, I love it. And so Ipulo is Latin for a guest
So
at a
how
feast.
did you find that word?
I literally we were just Googling. We
Googling?
were just on Google.
So do you remember
And I was
what
looking up.
search?
I was looking up guest. I was looking up banquet. I was looking up diner. I was looking up like feast.
You don't remember what search result did it pull up?
It was a guest at a feast.
Guest at a feast.
Guest at a feast was Latin for was
That's what you typed?
the Ipulo
You typed
guest at a feast. Yeah, because I was looking up guest. I was looking up dining. I looked up guest at a restaurant. I looked up guest at a dinner. I looked up guest. Anyways, I looked up guest at a feast. And it was, the Latin word was Ipulo.
Damn, you did a lot of search on the
We
fucking name.
were hours. It was so fun though. It was so fun. It was
I
like
bet.
Bonding
sounds
moment.
like
It was
fun
us
as
late at
fuck,
night.
yo.
We were just like
Trying to come up with a
Yeah,
name
we were
for
just, like,
your restaurant.
yelling back names.
And
and
that
it
time
was
just
like,
fucking
Ipulo.
flies, yo.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how
Yeah,
long. You could
totally.
be there for 5
Oh,
days. And it just
You're
like,
just like,
as
what
long
about
as
this?
like,
What
yeah.
about this? And everything was like maybe, no, yet. Like everything was like a hard no or like a maybe.
And then it was just
And then
a
I said
hard
Ipulo.
yes. Yeah.
And what it meant, and we were both just like, yes, immediately. Like, yes. And that's what it became. It was Ipulo. I don't know, the rest is history. But
So then you said you started like working from the bottom up.
yeah, so my dad was really good at the beginning. He wouldn't let any of us just go into whatever job we wanted. So we had to start, like, for me, I
As
started.
it should be.
Yeah,
So
it was.
you can like actually learn.
Yeah,
Not just be like handed the keys to an empire, which is just
Exactly.
like GM position, and like here
yeah,
you go,
just run
take
it.
off.
Yeah.
No.
Which, at the time, I was really the only one at the right age. The only one of the daughters at the right age, because I have 3 sisters. Who was, like, able to do that. I think the rest of the sisters got a little spoiled, and they were younger than me, so when they came up ready to work, they got to kind of do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
And so I'm so fucking thankful for that, looking back, that I got to, I mean, he started me as a dishwasher. And had to wash dishes. And then I bussed. And then hosting wasn't even the first thing. Hosting was like the 4th thing, I think.
So do you think that like he put more trust in you than anyone else doing that?
I don't know if it was trust, but it was like I was at the right time and the right place, that like
The right maturity.
it was the beginning, right? So he was like,
Yeah.
I just was able to take
Grasp
advantage
it.
of his hard assness and like got to or had to work my way up, whereas other siblings didn't. By that time, he was kind of over it and didn't care.
So you said it started at what?
Dishwasher. Started as a dishwasher. Then I went to busser. And then I think I was expo. And then host. And then I served.
Expo before host?
Yeah. And then I served. Or maybe host and then expo, I don't know. Those 2 were kind of in line. And then I finally served, but when I served, I could only serve we used to do like a 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. happy hour. And like a late night thing. And I came in at 9 p.m. to serve.
So were you like
I was like the
over
late night server.
21 at that point?
I was 20. So I didn't make drinks, but I could serve. I could pass out drinks. And then I bar backed.
That's
And-
one thing, like, I always tried to do, and it was never, like, and I never really pursued it all that much, but I was like, that's a good money maker right there. Barback, I get tipped out by everyone.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie Pulo.
No, but we don't really have, like,
yes.
a barback, per se, position.
Well, we did. We used to. But, I mean, it wasn't huge money, but it was good. And I got to watch the bartender make drinks, so I got to learn how to make the drinks. And then when I went to San Francisco, I got a job at a restaurant. And I went straight to the kitchen and worked my way up from the kitchen.
Okay, that was gonna be, like, my question. Is, like, you were listing all these things, and I'm like, did you ever actually work in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Eddie Pulo?
Eddie Pulo first. I was salad station.
And that was after what? After the host? Or before?
After serving late night. They needed a salad person. And I was super tight with the chef. And I was like, hey, I want to learn the kitchen. And he was like...
This was before Alex?
Yeah. His name was Jeff. He was so cool. And he was all about, like, teaching anyone who wanted to learn.
That's
like,
dope shit
he
right
didn't give a shit about your experience. It was...
dope.
And I had talked to
That's
him.
how I try to be, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, like, what you know. So
It
I
matters
talked to
what
him.
you're willing to learn.
Yes, exactly. So I talked to him so many times, like, I don't know jack shit, but, like, I want to cook. And so he let me come in the salad station and, like, learn and just watch. And then I went to college and I got a job at a kitchen because Jeff recommended me to one of his friends that worked at a restaurant. And they also made me work my way up.
Yeah.
Which was really
Did you
good
do a
for me.
stage?
No, I think I went straight into dishwashing. And then they let me kind of
Through
come up.
college?
Yeah,
That's cool.
during college, yeah. So
That's
I
cool.
dishwashed and then I worked the kitchen. Only the kitchen, worked my way up to like, they didn't really have a sous chef, but it was kind of like sous. Like I was
Lead
helping.
cook.
Yeah, kind of lead cook, yeah. And then I moved back to Seattle and I worked my way back up through the kitchen at Ebola. And
How was San Francisco?
dude, it's so fun.
It's like one of the restaurant capitals of
Yeah.
the country.
San Francisco is so cool. It's just so fucking expensive.
Everywhere's expensive. Here's expensive. DC's expensive.
Yeah, back then though. San
New York
Francisco
is
was-
fucking
Wow.
expensive.
Yeah, New York
If you're
is.
from Manhattan.
New York's impossible expensive.
And even like if you go to fucking Brooklyn, like it's still fucking expensive.
Yeah, my sister lives in Brooklyn, and I don't know how she does it.
Alex?
No, Gabrielle.
Alex lives here now.
Yeah, Alex lives here.
So she's the AUSA, like for
Mm.
Washington.
For Seattle, yeah.
So did you like ever like working in the kitchen?
Loved. My
Yeah.
favorite job.
Yeah. Huh?
It was one of my
One
favorite
of your
jobs.
favorite jobs.
Yeah. I super fucking love cooking. I mean, still.
I mean,
I
I can tell that without ever having to ask you because just because of the cinnamon thing. I just know you have a dope
Yeah.
palate, and there's no way someone has a dope palate like that doesn't enjoy food
That was
and
when
having to do with food and making food and eating food.
that was when I think I first earned your respect. I remember we didn't know jack shit about each other, and then you asked me.
I mean,
what was
you
in
gotta
that
give
sauce?
The fucking credit, yo, because like not everyone can do that. Like, there's few that can, and some people like it's not their fault. A lot of people have like nasal problems, but being able to taste food has to do. If you can't breathe through your nose, you can't taste shit. So it has a lot to do with being able
able to breathe through your nose, like you're, I'm having a brain retard at the moment, but if your taste buds can taste it, you have to be able to, something having to do with like breathing through your nose makes you capable of tasting the food.
Yeah.
But I'm not smart enough to explain it.
No, that makes sense.
So what has been your favorite position?
My favorite
Don't
position.
say dishwasher.
I don't know. I fucking love dishwashers. I don't know. I don't know. I love the kitchen. Like, I love the kitchen.
Was anybody able to like do like the hazing on you? Like,
Oh my god,
hey,
yeah.
go find
people
go
are assholes.
find and bring me the left-handed spoon.
No.
That kind of shit.
Not that kind of hazing, but
Okay.
there was a chef it was at Ipulo.
Well, I'm
actually.
asking about that, but yeah, let's
The
hear it.
second chef at Ipulo made me cry multiple times.
Yeah, that's some fucked up
And
shit.
I was
That's some
like, don't
fucking
be a
stupid
pussy.
fucking...
Don't be a pussy and cry
Fuck
right now.
those people.
Because you especially can't cry because I was the owner's daughter. So I was like, don't be a little,
You can say bitch.
yeah, a little bitch. Yeah. But I don't know, there's something about front of house that I really like. That's really fun. Maybe bartending, honestly.
I used to hate front of house, but like one of my favorite chefs I ever worked with, Jerry. I opened his food truck with him in DC, and we were like the most fine dining food truck in DC you could find. There was another one that they did like pretty good, but we were doing like shrimp and bacon risotto with like
On a food truck?
like dried olive crumble.
Damn.
Yeah. And like fried oyster tacos with like green goddess sauce. We were doing like crab cake sliders with remoulade and like fucking fennel slaw.
Damn. Fancy food truck food.
Yeah, it was like... And Jerry did this fucking amazing, and you would think like, when you hear it, you're like, it doesn't sound all that great, but he did this fucking out of this world spinach gazpacho.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so good with the fucking croutons fucking blended into it, and it's just fucking heavy vinegar. Oh. But no, I was trying to say, like, back in the day, like, my first restaurant job, before I even went for it, like, kitchen-wise, cooking, I was working at this, like, Tex-Mex place, Cottonwood Cafe, Bethesda, Maryland, and, I was working front of house. That was my first job, being a server, and I just remember that it just was so difficult for me to like it because I couldn't deal with the constant, like, there's certain customers out there that don't care if you're doing a great job or a bad job. They're just gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's totally within their rights, and they can, and they're just gonna give you a hard time just because. No reason at all. But then I learned, like, you know, and Jerry taught me this, that you kind of just control your customers. You tell them what they want, what they don't want, what they can get away with, and what they can't. You know what I mean? And not quite like fucking being a dictator, like fucking being Hitler or something like that, but like,
no, I get it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just there's a finesse to it where, just like in the kitchen, like, you can't let them run you, you have to run them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they will run you. So you like the front of house the most? Managing.
I don't know.
Or bartending. Or what?
I don't know. Probably bartending.
You
Like
can't
if I had to pick one position to do, it'd be bartending.
Bartending?
Mm-hmm.
But you would rather bartend than what you're doing?
No. I think.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
Do you like being the owner the
Yeah.
most?
Yeah. Because you get a little piece of everything. Right?
You get to, you get to dabble in.
Yeah. You get to dabble in cooking. You get to dabble in cocktails. You
You're
get to
short
dabble
fucking. You don't
in
have a fucking
shoes,
dishwasher
like,
tonight.
just-
You wash some dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've done.
Yeah.
Dishwasher broke, and I was back
You
there
fucking-
hand
you
washing
fucking
dishes.
Fix the blinds
Yeah,
that I couldn't fix. You're like, I got it.
There's a fix for everything. Make it work, man. That's my mentality. So yeah. For sure, the owning is probably the most rewarding and the most hard work.
Well, if we were to take the owning out of it, would that still be your favorite position?
Owning?
If we were to take the owning out of it, owning part, but still running the whole place,
running the whole place.
you would still enjoy that the most.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
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 Okay. So let's talk about you said your grandparents were 100% Italian.
Yeah.
Did you ever go over there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have cousins.
More
and
than once?
uncles there. Yeah.
How many times?
I don't know. I've been there. I try to go.
Tori.
I mean, it's been
can
a
you tell me,
number of times.
Roughly around
I don't know, 3, 4,
50,
5?
50 times?
No.
Or
5 to
50
10.
times?
5 to 10 times. I would love.
5 to 10 times.
I would love to go once.
Because you've been going since you were super young.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right.
I would love to go once a year. And then COVID happened and I stopped going. But
Fuck that shit. You gotta keep going.
I know. But
So did you ever
family there.
pick up some Italian?
No, dude. My grandparents speak full Italian and they never taught us.
Right, but
It
you've been
was
going so often, or not so often, but
No, I don't know.
you never picked up nothing.
Not really.
Did
That's
you
my
always
biggest
have
work.
English speaking people where
Yeah.
you were staying in
Yeah.
Italy?
Yeah, or I was with my uncle who spoke Italian. So I never had to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
English speaking Italians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, one of my biggest regrets is not being bilingual.
Oh, it's not too late.
I know, that's what everyone says,
But the
I've
best
tried.
and fastest way is to submerge yourself in the language without having any other language available. And you will learn the fastest that way. It's gonna be a mother bitch and you're not gonna enjoy it very much. I mean, actually, you could enjoy it very much, depending on how you look at it and how you go about it. But you also have discrimination around you, all around you, while you're trying to learn it.
yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to learn someday. Someday I will.
So, when was the last time you were there?
Like 2019.
So, not that long ago. Pretty recent.
I know,
Kind
sorta.
of recent-ish.
6 years ago.
Recent-ish in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
So what's been your favorite part about traveling? Let's start there.
My favorite part of traveling?
Yeah. Or do you like traveling?
Love, yeah. I think what's hard for me about traveling is I would love to visit other places, But when you have family in a certain place, it's like, well, I should fucking go there and see them, right? But like now, I've pretty much only been to Italy and Europe. I'm like, I would love to go to Greece or Spain or France, and it just feels like if I'm there.
Let me tell you a little secret. You can land in the Netherlands, rent a car,
Yeah.
and drive to Italy.
Yeah.
Go through all those countries.
Which I
and
should.
then return the car.
Yeah. Which is what I should do.
Italy.
That's a long trip.
It's not that long. I did it.
It's more than a week.
Not exactly to Italy, but back in 2010 when you graduated.
How many days?
I graduated culinary school and then I flew to Germany. It was total like 6 weeks. We were
6
gone.
weeks, yeah.
We were gone
exactly.
6 weeks. We spent 3 weeks in Western Europe. We rented a car after landing in Dusseldorf. And then we went all over Germany, Bavaria, came back around, Stuttgart. Oh no, we landed in No, never mind. We landed in Dusseldorf, drove to Stuttgart. But then we went to Amsterdam, Belgium, fucking Lille, France, which is like on the northern border. Then we went to Sweden, Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, and then came back to Germany.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
And oh my god, in Germany on the Autobahn, it's like the most freeing experience. If you were ever a frustrated driver, you congratulations.
Yeah,
Your frustrations have been lifted because they actually obey the laws of driving in Germany.
Yeah.
The left lane is fast lane. If you don't go fast enough, you get pulled over and you get a ticket.
No way.
The middle
We should do that
lane,
here.
the middle lane is next fastest.
Yeah.
If you're going too slow in the middle lane, you get pulled over and you get a ticket. But you also see fucking Lamborghinis fucking flying at fucking 130 miles an hour.
Jesus. Which will be
But
fun. and
that's
scary.
why they get the ticket if they're going that slow in the left lane. Because
Yeah, the Lamborghinis will
for
crush
the
them.
most part, there's not really. I mean, I'm exaggerating when I'm saying 130, but some of them do.
Yeah.
Some of them actually
Yeah.
do. Like,
Some.
but yeah, it's and they actually spend money on their roads. So
Yeah, so
if you ever
smooth.
find a pothole,
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck? Why is that not fixed?
See, that would be nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That was like amazing. But no, like driving around and then like, so this was before Google Maps, right? So I had the Garmin GPS.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just like it was just like an individual, just solely a GPS unit for driving. And so I got it here and didn't have Europe on there. So I had to separately download Europe. It was like $99
Oh my god.
and install it on the fucking GPS, and then we could use it.
That is wild.
Funny thing, best fucking Chinese food I ever had was
In Europe?
Germany.
Germany. What?
And it was like, yeah, we were like hungry, and you know, I was with my ex-wife, wife then, and then my best friend, and I'm like, we're hungry. I'm like, I'm hungry, and they're like, yeah, we're hungry too. And so we parked the car because we were like in town, or we went to like city center, We parked the car, and we're walking around, and my buddy Eddie's like, "You guys want some Chinese food?" I was like, "Yeah, I could go for some lo mein." And Gatya's like, "Yeah, Chinese food sounds good." We walk in, the fucking place is fucking grand. Like, it's gigantic place. And we're just downstairs where like the host greets you. Then we go upstairs and it's even more open and more gigantic. It's like the whole fucking building with windows all around. And you know, like Chinese decorations, tables, you know. And so we ordered a bunch of stuff. We were fucking starving. And every single, like, doesn't even compare. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Like, none of that, like, oh, let's just order beef and broccoli.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
broccoli beef.
Doesn't matter.
And it's like the beef is fucking chewy as fuck. Like, no. This was like meat and cooked and it's juicy and it's nice and it's not like rubber. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
But so, have you been all over Italy?
Not really all over. I mean, to my,
Mainly just one area?
yeah. I mean, Lucca is where my family's from. So I've been there, I've been Florence, I've been to Elba, which was my favorite place in Italy so far, and always.
The smaller towns.
Yeah, Elba is like where the locals travel to, like where they vacation. So like nobody speaks English.
Isn't
English
that
there.
where fucking Napoleon was
Yeah,
locked up?
yeah, yep. I love Elba. Like fell in love with Elba
Yeah.
when I was there. But yeah, mainly north.
So that's north, all north? Never south?
Yeah, mostly north. No, I haven't been like Rome or anything yet. But yeah, mostly north.
So how about the difference in everything, flavor-wise? Eating
Oh my
just
gosh.
a simple cucumber
It's
or a
insane.
tomato.
Bread. Like, okay,
Oh,
so.
bread and carbs and
Oh my
pasta, I don't even want to get into because it's a totally different, like you can't even possibly get that same
You can't.
product here.
No, you can't even compare.
Ever. Like,
But-
even if we make it in-house, like, our flour just...
It's not the same. Even if you
Sucks.
use semolina flour, it's just not the same. But my
It's
favorite
close,
part,
if you do it right. What?
my favorite part was like, you travel to Italy when you have like Italian people who live there, and the experience is just different. So like, when I'm staying at my uncle's house, it's literally just like, I mean, you have, okay, so we'd wake up and we would like eat breakfast. But then lunch and dinner is like you gather around the table.
And what's breakfast consist of?
I don't even remember what I ate
Eggs?
for breakfast. It's like an egg on toast. Yeah. It's just like simple. But lunch and dinner,
It's so delicious.
so delicious. Lunch and dinner was like my favorite part. Because you're at a table like this, all of a sudden they bring out like a giant bowl of risotto.
And then
Okay,
the food
cold-
just keeps coming.
Cold risotto.
Cold risotto?
Cold risotto.
No.
Just like plain rice risotto. Just like plain risotto.
Like,
Okay.
no cheese folded in, no...
No, cold. Yeah, cheese and butter folded
It's
in,
not
obviously.
plain risotto.
I meant plain, like,
Okay,
flavor.
traditional risotto.
Yeah, traditional risotto.
Okay.
Okay, in a big bowl. Then they go
You
in
can't
there.
say that. You can't
they
say
go-
plain about that.
Okay. No non-flavored risotto. Traditional
Still flavored.
risotto. Anyways,
Traditional risotto is
They
flavored
go-
as fuck.
they go off their patio. They grab fresh tomatoes. Chop them up. There's a bowl of tomatoes. Take their basil. There's a bowl of basil. Take.
So we go back home.
Then they throw down just a random like tub of olive oil. Okay, tub of balsamic, and then there was like mozzarella cubes, shit like that. Right? It's all in separate bowls.
Yeah.
And it was like a build your own risotto bowl. is like you take some risotto, you take some tomatoes, you take some basil, you took some chicken, you took some mozzarella, and then you just drizzle some olive oil and drizzle some balsamic. So fucking simple. And like, and like, build your own. Like, it was all pre-made.
Simple is like...
It was the best meal
best.
of my
Most
entire life. And like, I'm fucking amazing at making risotto. Like, I make bomb-ass risotto. But I ate this cold bowl of risotto with just plain veggies. And then they're olive oil and balsamic. And I was like, I may never eat again in my life.
A real fucking soil.
Oh my God.
A real
It's
vegetable.
insane.
And a real fucking fruit makes.
It's insane. Okay. I have to go to bed.
Oh, okay. Let's continue another time.
Yeah, this was really fun.
I can keep going.
Oh Lord, I wanna be manipulated, mind controlling, inundated. I will seek the revelation, make my life a celebration. I wanna be the change I'm seeking, manifest the words I'm speaking. I refuse to be imprisoned, I will make my own decisions.